This is a very special Christmas. Let's talk records. It is early 1985 in New York. Producer Jimmy Iovine is grieving the recent sudden loss of his father. He's on the phone with Bruce Springsteen, who had called to offer his condolences. During that conversation, Iovine had an idea. What if he made a Christmas record? Not just any Christmas record, but one that brought together contemporary pop stars for a cause? Bruce Springsteen was on board immediately. Iovine took inspiration from Phil Spector's A Christmas Gift for You from Phillies Records from 1963. But this would be different. This wouldn't be a collection of early 60s pop and wall of sound artists. This would be modern, cool, and it would raise money for charity. There had been individual Christmas songs by pop stars before. Paul McCartney, Elton John, Motown artists, soul singers like Donny Hathaway, but an entire album bringing multiple major artists together for one charitable holiday release? That hadn't been done. The question now was, which charity? Iovine turned to his girlfriend and future wife, Vicky Iovine, who suggested reaching out to her friend Bobby Shriver, son of Eunice Kennedy Shriver, founder of the Special Olympics. The story goes that Iovine attended a Special Olympics wrestling event soon after. When he arrived, he noticed the wrestlers weren't the real stars. They were imitations. Fake versions of Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, and others. When he asked why none of the real wrestlers were there, the answer was simple. The Special Olympics just weren't considered cool. That moment stuck with him. From then on, Iovine made it his mission to make this album and this cause cool. He and Bobby Shriver brought this idea to A&M Records, who immediately agreed to support it. Now all that was left was convincing the artists. And somehow, it worked. A Very Special Christmas was released on October 12th, 1987 on A&M Records. The iconic cover artwork was created by legendary pop artist Keith Haring. The album opens with the Pointer Sisters performing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, a song first written in 1934 and famously recorded by everyone, from Bing Crosby to the Jackson 5, Frank Sinatra, and the Crystals. A direct nod to the Phil Spector album that inspired the project. Eurythmics follow with Winter Wonderland, another song dating back to 1934, previously recorded by artists like Ella Fitzgerald, Johnny Mathis, and Tony Bennett. Whitney Houston delivers a stunning rendition of Do You Hear What I Hear? Then comes the first artist to commit to the project, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band covering Merry Christmas Baby, a blues standard first recorded in 1947 by Johnny Moore's Three Blazers, and later covered by Otis Redding, Chuck Berry, B.B. King, and Elvis Presley. The Pretenders take on Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, originally sung by Judy Garland in the 1944 film Meet Me in St. Louis. John Cougar Mellencamp follows with I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, first recorded in 1952 by Jimmy Boyd. Sting appears next with Gabriel's Message, a traditional English carol dating back to the 19th century. Then comes the song nobody expected to define the album. At the time, hip-hop was still fighting to be taken seriously. Even after Walk This Way reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, there were still people calling rap music a fad. Run DMC were hesitant. They believed in the charity but worried a Christmas song might turn hip-hop into a novelty. Instead, they did something bold. Christmas in Hollis became the only original song on the album. Sampling Clarence Carter's Backdoor Santa from 1968, Frosty the Snowman, Joy to the World, and even an Acme's Siren, the track proved that hip-hop could exist anywhere, even in Christmas music. The song became a massive hit, with heavy rotation on MTV, and decades later it still charts on the US Holiday Songs chart. Side 2 opens with U2 performing Darlene Love's Christmas Baby Please Come Home, another connection to Phil Spector's original Christmas album. Madonna then reworks Santa Baby, originally sung by Eartha Kitt in 1953, followed by Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band performing The Little Drummer Boy, one of Jimmy Iovine's father's favorite Christmas songs. Bryan Adams tears through Chuck Berry's Run Rudolph Run. Bon Jovi covers Clarence Carter's Backdoor Santa, and Stevie Nicks closing the record with a hushed, reverent Silent Night. A Very Special Christmas peaked at number 20 on the Billboard 200 during the 1987 holiday season, even spending weeks at number 1 on Billboard's Christmas Albums chart. It has been certified 4 times platinum, more than a Christmas miracle, a Christmas triumph. And the success didn't stop there. A Very Special Christmas became the first in a series, spawning multiple follow-up albums over the years. featuring artists from across rock, pop, soul, and alternative music. Together, the albums have raised well over $100 million for the Special Olympics, making it one of the most successful charitable album franchises in music history. What began as a phone call and a moment of personal loss became a holiday tradition. The album didn't just make Christmas music cool again, it proved that pop culture could come together for something bigger than itself. I am sure Iovine's father would be proud.
It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens.